So these are the parts you need to make yourself a bait pump. 22mm copper, a T, some rod, some washers, and some nuts for the rod. I have already made myself a handle. You, rather than soldering it on, you could just drill through the copper and put a nut on the other side, but I decided to drill through and wedge the rod in between the copper, just so it's set better in my hand. So all I'm doing here is putting together the handle and the long piece. The handle can stay in, the long piece is just temporary, it's just to line everything up to make sure the rod is the depth and length of which I want it. But like I said, the handle can stay in place, but I do go and tighten it all up later. I wanted to add, this is the first time I made one of these bait poles. Never had any practice, didn't do any trial runs, I just put the camera on and went. And I ended up making a mistake. I did it the wrong way around, so I ended up having to take it apart and redo it again. So just take your time and don't do what I did and rush, so you have to do it all over again. So this was my first mistake, fully tightening this nut up. It doesn't need to be, only need to be hand tight, so it needs to come back out again. So here I am taking off the nut and olive and putting a washer inside. That's a comb-shaped washer. It's actually a tap revival washer, and it is the right size to go inside that that T. I've just drilled the hole out a bit bigger so that the rod can slide in and out of it. I probably will take this apart again and put a washer in there, a metal washer, just because I'm just a bit worried that the rod might pull that plastic washer out. But for now, it does the job. It just lines it up and stops it scratching into side. I see a lot of videos where people have made ones out of bottle caps and stuff, which looks a bit better than mine, but I had that on the van anyway, so why not? So I've sped this bit up because I made a mistake here. This is me putting it all together, but I realised that I did it in the wrong order. So I'm putting it all together, and then I start to take it apart once I realise. So it's about now I've realised, and I've started taking it all apart again. And then this is me making up in the correct order now. So now I am fitting it correctly. So your threaded rod with your handle on the end goes through the T-piece. In my case, it's going through the washer, but it can be bottle cap, plastic, flange, or nothing, because you don't have to have it. It just helps it run a bit smoother. And then what you want to do is you want to start making up your rubber flange or vacuum or whatever words it's called or you want to call it. So for this, like I said, you need 2 nuts and a tap washer. I'm using a 1/2 inch washer because a 1/2 inch washer fits perfectly inside the 22mm pipe. And for the size of the rodding that I'm using, I had to drill it out, drill it and burn it out just to make it slide over that rod nicely. So the first nut goes on however far you want it to be, washer between, then second nut. It took me a minute to adjust that to get the tension of where you want it, because too tight, the washer spreads out too much and you can't get it on. Too loose, then it won't create the vacuum you need to pull the sand and the worms out. So take your time, just get that right and where you want it to sit. As you can see, it took me a few tries. Bit tight there, try it again. So there, I'm happy with how the flange is. You can always tighten it up as you go, or as you're using it if it becomes loose. Like I said, it's my first time. I'm assuming they come loose, so I'm assuming it's something you want to tighten up. Then very simply, slide your rodded end with the washer on the side down the pipe, tighten up that T, and then yeah, check it works. Like I said, this is my first time. I'm new to this. I took it apart because I wasn't happy with how the washer was. Just to double check that washer. I might even super glue them, but for now we're going to leave it loose. Don't know if it's a good idea to super glue them in place. But yeah, just take your time, check it, get it right. And then just make sure it works how you want it to be. Like I said, never done this before. This is all new to me, but I assume this is something that's a little bit personal. It's how you want it to fit your hand, what your height, how it suits you. But yeah, hope this helped everybody. Any questions, any issues, just drop me a message and I'll try and help.